Hi everyone. We're finishing up the first unit, and we need to do our culminating activity for this. And the last lesson that you did was on the demographic transition model, which is a really key concept in that countries go through this progression from stage one, where we have really high birth and high death rates, and it's a pretty miserable existence in those types of situations. But the population is relatively stable. Then you would have found out that in category two, the birth rates stay high, but something's been introduced to the country in order to reduce the death rates. So whether that's vaccinations or whether it's improved healthcare, education system, an improved economy, something along that line, and suddenly the death rates go down, and there's a dramatic increase in the population during that phase. Phase three, the country sort of catches on to the fact that their birth rates are way too high and their population is soaring, and they come in with some measures to get the birth rates down. And by the time category four comes around, we've got a new stability where the birth rates are low, the death rate is low, and we have a relatively stable population. And that connects with our development index, in that our highly developed countries tend to be in our category four, whereas our developing countries or underdeveloped countries tend to be in categories two or three. Very few places are actually category one. They'd be remote areas of Brazil or some places that just don't have a lot of contact with modern civilization. So what we're going to look at in this project is you're going to go to the news section here and click on the feature that we want. And this activity, I'll just bring it up over here, has you comparing these countries: Canada, Bolivia, Czech Republic, Uganda, and Nepal. And there's a template. When you click on this, it's going to open up this template. And you're going to go through and collect a series of statistics and population pyramids to compare the countries. So the first thing is trying to get an image of a population pyramid. So it says here that if you click on here, you should be able to find, using this website, all of our population pyramids. So for instance, Uganda. So we click on U, find Uganda. And I would suggest, if you're using a Microsoft product, just use the snip tool. So type in snip. And now you'll be able to take a screenshot of the population pyramid. And you'll put that into your chart. Back. Oops. Back here. So we get pictures of the population pyramids. Then we have to calculate the dependency load. So you need to look at those population pyramids and find out what percentage is less than 15, what percentage is over 65. Add those two together, and that gives you your total percent of dependency load. Remember, the greater the dependency load, that means those people aren't working and depend upon everyone else. So if you have a lot of people in your dependency load, then your society is going to have to pay a lot of taxes to cover all the needs of those people who are not working. Whereas if you have a very low dependency load, that means that most people are working, and therefore, you probably don't have to have as many taxes because everybody's providing for themselves. Then we're going to get into growth rates and natural increase. And if you go back to the instructions here, it says go to this site to get the information on growth rates. And so you're going to find your country. So I think I said Uganda. There's Uganda. Click on submit. And there's all sorts of great stats in here that I'm going to need: mortality rates, birth rates. So all that information I'm going to take and put into my chart here. So I can calculate this, and I can calculate the doubling time. Remember, once you calculate population growth back here, where you take birth rate minus death rate, you can calculate your doubling time by taking 70 and divided by whatever your growth rate is. Fertility rate is back on that website also. Oops. Where's our fertility rate? Oh, there's fertility rate right there. Life expectancy, that's a little bit different. So you're going to use life expectancy. I've suggested this website. And finally, your HDMI ranking. Just click on that and it'll take you there. So then I've got a few things that I want you to think about. And it's this focus sort of acronym. So facts, opinion, choices, urgency, synthesis. And what you're going to do is read over these questions and then fill out the sheet. So you've got your little introduction, which is explained earlier. Tell me some facts, the opinion, choices, urgency, and synthesis. So this document is going to be put into my Dropbox, and so is this document. All right, so those are the two things that you need to complete and submit, and that's all due on Sunday night.